Okay. Just set up a new microphone rig here on the GoPro 13. I'm hoping that it sounds better than the internal mic. The internal mic sounds fine. I'm just bowing to peer pressure from my recent video. I did some teaching videos and I shared them with people on the live stream. They were like, oh, the wind. I can't watch this. So I'm trying to appeal more to the YouTube palette. As I think on YouTube, any ambient noise is considered bad noise, but in the world, like at a college lecture classroom or in a lot of places, ambience is welcome. It'd be weird not to hear it. So again, another lesson for me, for everyone, about the importance of rhetorically adapting to things. But hopefully this thing's working. I just kind of rigged this together. I'm using, for those of you who are curious, I'm using the GoPro media mount and a Movo external mic on a suspension. It's got a front back, but I think I only have the front turned on right now. No, actually it's on front only, which is good. That's what we want. So I thought I would do a test video and also kill two birds. We'll test the microphone and also do a video that a lot of people have asked me to do in the comments, which is a little something on the Discourse of the Master. So let's do a little Lacan together, a little Lacanian, short Lacanian lesson here today. Already I think I need to push this back a bit to get a good... Oh, that looks actually pretty good. The tightness of this space really speaks to the GoPro 13 lens, So, all right, so we're all very familiar with the Lacanian algebra at this point. So let's do the Discourse of the Master. All right, nice and big here. Okay, I probably could have done that a little bit better. So this is the standard Discourse of the Master. I think you can read that okay. Master signifier, knowledge, the normal human subject, and the petit objet, or what we would call the object cause of desire. Now, psychoanalysts have very specific vocabulary for this. I'm not a psychoanalyst, I'm a rhetorician. So often when I look at the discourses, I look at them as the bare bones, the flour and egg mixture, the custard, the base, the roux, that one can put in different flavors and arrive at different conclusions. The Discourse of the Master works like this. The Master signifier presents itself to the audience, and that audience is transformed into knowledge. It's ordered. That's the way we would think about it. So when the Master speaks, again, I'm a rhetorician, so this would be the position of speaker, audience. This would be, for a rhetorician, the position of intent, which we don't talk about in rhetoric. I'll get to that in a second. And then the conclusion. What's the remainder? What are we left with at the end of this interaction? So for me, this is when the Master speaks, it orders the audience and places them in the position as either knowledge or knowing. Some kind of order, some kind of positionality. What they can't access, what no one can access, and it's questionable whether even the speaker can access, is their intent. Their intent is that they're a split subject, just like everyone else, that they are a prisoner of their unconscious, they are spun by their desires, they have the exact same, anybody in charge has the exact same problems as anybody else. Any professor, any president wakes up and they're like, am I happy? What am I doing? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing with my life? Everybody's like this. But this is rendered to the position of truth or inaccessibility or intent. The intent of any speaker from the Discourse of the Master is to not portray that they are like other people, even though they are. So we cannot do a rhetorical criticism or any rhetorical analysis in the Master's discourse and expect to find that there would be any purchase on understanding the position of the speaker through their relationship to being a normal person. That would be inaccessible. We don't talk about intent in rhetoric for this very reason. And then the result of this is some kind of a desire, a wanting of something else. And Lacan talks about this in the traditional sense that we often know that the servants of the master know what the master wants better than the master does. So the master says, I want, a cup of tea. That's knowledge. Okay, I know that I need to get this for this person, but the result of that is that they do know that the master doesn't know their own mind as well. So they're like, okay, hot, but not too hot. I can't serve the tea at exactly a boiling temperature. So there is a little bit of this, but the end result of this, if you think about this as speech, the audience wants more, or they desire something else. Desire is the product of it. It's not that they are satisfied. They're just ordered. They don't reach a conclusion. They don't fall into a position of comfort or satisfaction or completion. Instead, they fall into a position of, I really wish I know what he wants, but I wish that I had more information. This is kind of like what it is to be a professor here, because the master speaks, the administration speaks, and it orders us, but it's lacking in any kind of satisfaction. So then there's always this like long line of questioning about what is it that they really want from us. And I think any of you who have a job probably feel the same way. So that's the quick version of the master's discourse. The difference here, of course, when you look at it compared to the other three discourses, is in the position of speaker. Look how radically that address and that result is. Now, the master's discourse isn't bad. A lot of people think it's bad, and even Lacan says it's kind of an antiquated discourse or historical discourse. I think he calls it that. So it doesn't really exist today, but I think it does in a lot of things. In a lot of different positions we find this, particularly in the current United States government here in 2025. We see this as like this kind of, the master speaks, it provides order, it provides a sorting of the world that leaves us all wanting. Even the people who support the master are left wanting. They don't fully understand, or they're like, why are you doing this? This isn't what we voted for, etc., etc. Or why are you harming us? We thought you would harm others. So it leads to this wanting. And of course, the thing that can't be revealed is that the master is just like us. It cannot ever be accessed. So, we can talk a little bit more about what that revolutionary turn would look like. If you expose this, you would just get the hysterics discourse, which is also not revolutionary. So if you were to expose that, let's say we expose that, we put that here, everything rotates a quarter turn, and we get this arrangement. All right, so the hysteric speaks. The audience is like, oh, that poor confused person, we need to master them. We're going to provide the symbolic means of control. Here's what the world means. Here's what you have to do. Here's what's required. And it never satisfies the hysteric. The hysteric knows what they want. They know that they have desire. They know their desire. It's not a mystery. They just continue. And what comes out of that is knowledge. So again, not revolutionary, because only if we produce the master signifier are we really in charge of our meaning, of our rhetoric, of our discourse, of our world. That's the only way we'd really be in charge. But unfortunately, Lacan tells us that the analyst discourse, the revolutionary discourse, cannot be taught. I don't take that as bad as some people. I think it means it can be practiced. And my personal view is the practice of rhetoric and the practice of debate and argumentation from a rhetorical point of view. But I hope the microphone worked. If this is posted, I think the audio is pretty good. So let me know what you think about the master's discourse. It's still useful. I think still a great way to explain and say, this is the way things are ordered. And people can say, but why? No answer is coming. They might try to create their own answer. They might discuss amongst themselves. But the master's discourse is only for sorting and ordering and telling you what knowledge is, not providing a knowledge that actually satisfies your questions.